Let's talk about a film that actually does, weirdly, kind of work as a Christmas film in a strange way. Didn't expect it to.
It was definitely a film that I think go with your mates to go and watch, and it's a really good excuse to actually go to the cinema because it's big, it's great to see on the big screen, it's huge fun, you'll be howling with laughter throughout it. It's got an amazing cast. Of course, we're talking about Jumanji, The Next Level. This, for me, was a gamble. When the first film came out, wasn't it such a gamble? Because I was like, what are you going to do?
It was. Right. Can I just stop that right there? Right, okay, because this is my pet peeve with this movie. Right?
Can we not start with the positives?
No, hang on, because you've just said the first movie.
No, I know it's not the first movie of the reboot.
Right, the first one of the reboots.
The first modern movie version of it.
But we established very firmly now in this movie, this is Jumanji 3.
Yes, 100%.
100%. But then again, they did that in the last movie, and no one bloody noticed. It drove me insane.
Yeah.
But,
no, I'm with you. I mean, my worry about the first movie was how are you going to shift and turn the format to move away from the iconic Robin Williams film? And Kirsten Dunst was also in that as well.
Of course, yeah.
So, but they did it so well. You know, converting Jumanji from a board game to a video game works brilliantly.
It did, didn't it? Now, that was my concern about then doing a third one, because my question became, okay, you've gone from board game to video game. That's a great leap. Where do you go next? Does it become a mobile game? You know, that was my genuine question. Now, what they've done is taken it in the new direction of, okay, one of the teams from the first movie is feeling disenfranchised with his return to the real world.
A bit like Natalie Portman in Lucy in
the Sky.
But so much better.
Yeah, so this doesn't suck. I know, yeah. So he voluntarily goes back into a rebuilt Jumanji, and he has evidently rebuilt the game for reasons. Goes back in to try and recapture his glory as Dr. Smolder Bravestone, because why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, if be honest, if I had the ability to go and live as Dwayne Johnson in a jungle and be like an immortal superhero, I goddamn would.
It's all about the smolder, right?
It is. It's all about smouldering intensity, yeah. And of course, as he goes in, his remaining three friends, who are all home for Christmas, hence the clever seasonal release, all go back in with him, back in to find him. However, they unknowingly take along Spencer's granddad, played by Danny DeVito, and his estranged former best friend and business partner, Milo, played by
Danny Glover.
Spencer.
Huh?
What?
Who are you?
Oh my God. You're Spencer's grandfather.
Are we in Florida?
And you?
Milo Walker. Did I die and turn into some kind of a small, muscular Boy Scout?
Are we dead?
Bethany?
No!
Rich?
I'm the old fat dude. This can't be happening! My hip sure feels good now.
Look at my thighs.
Look at your thighs.
Look at my thighs.
Okay, we have some issues here. The game is busted!
It was a game. I'm not it. I don't want to be it.
Yeah, and I mean, that surprise... So my biggest gripe with this was that you lose that surprise element. The overall surprise element of converting Jumanji into a video game.
Well, it's like our clip as well, is literally that same scene from the last movie when they're waking up in the bodies and it's trying to work out who's who. And it's the same scene again. And there's a number of scenes like that where it is, let's do that same gag from the first one. There's a music...
Because it worked.
Exactly. And there's a musical beat, for instance, that comes back. You're like, oh, of course we're doing this again. Okay, right.
Yeah.
You know,
but I
is all
didn't
like
mind
that.
it, you know? I didn't mind the fact that was the case, because I thought they did it so well. I mean, for me, I love The Rock, don't get me wrong, but I wondered how far his acting capabilities could stretch.
About as far as impersonating Danny DeVito seems to be the answer to that
But do you know what? Fair play to him.
Well, I think no one could do Danny DeVito.
Nobody could do Danny DeVito, but he gave it a damn good shot. And the thing is the irony of having The Rock playing little Danny DeVito, it was just perfect kind of juxtaposition of characters.
I would argue that I think Kevin Hart has more fun being
Danny Glover. Yeah.
And I think it's because, obviously, he does that voice better, and obviously Danny Glover, I feel like, is a more attainable impersonation anyway. But also, there is something sort of weirdly more charming about Danny Glover in a strange way. Whereas Danny DeVito is generally irascible. Danny Glover is always quite likeable and befuddled.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is obviously more fun to play.
The slight additional gripe that I had was that I thought Jack Black played the character Bethany in the first film so well, and we didn't see enough of that in this movie. And I think that for me was just a little bit of a shame, because that made me really laugh in the first movie, and I could have just done with a little bit more of that.
I will say though that there is some element of body swapping to this past the obvious setup.
Yeah.
That does lead to a bring it on gag that had me in absolute hysterics.
Yeah, I saw this and I was like, I don't know which bit you're talking about, and I got confused.
He's a cheerleader champ. And I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay.
I will say there is an Easter egg in the final 5 minutes of this movie that I think is genuinely brilliant if you're a fan of the series in general, and will also have people genuinely scratching their heads if they don't remember the very specifics of how the first movie ended. There's sequel setup that I really liked as well.
Yeah.
I think Karen Gillan is the scene stealer again. I think she's the absolute standout.
Brilliant in
Is she
this.
Gillan or Gillan?
I think I say Gillan, but...
I think I like Ruby Roundhouse. I think she's easily the standout.
Yeah, and she's got those kind of generic sort of avatar parts to her, so she can do all the moves, and she can do like a dance kick and all this kind of stuff.
Well, she gets added humour in this one because she's the only one who's in her original, her avatar from the last time. So she's the only one who understands her own abilities. Which is a nice fun subversion because she was the shy one in the last one.
But she's kind of come into her own, and I think that's the thing, is that all the characters, they've kind of grown up a little, they've had a few more life experiences before they go back into the game, and then they think they know what they're going to get from Jumanji. They think they're going to go through exactly the same game again, but things have all shifted and changed.
This does noticeably have more of a villain than the last one does as well, though, which is something the last movie I always thought suffered from. There were some very obvious edits that had removed a lot of Bobby Cannavale's parts. For instance, he was meant to be Dwayne Johnson's former business partner. In that last movie, never comes up, it's mentioned casually once, and you're like, okay, so they should know each other. Also, we never saw the kid's dad in the real world, and he looks an awful lot like Bobby Cannavale. So if we're going with the gimmick from the first movie, the same actor would play the dad. Doesn't make sense that they cut that out, but there we are. It was a long movie, I suppose.
I
liked it.
I
As
really
a sequel,
liked it.
I think it's a little bit more desperate and flailing than Welcome to the Jungle.
I think it's also trying to set itself up for a third as well, which I'm not sure we need a third of it. But to be honest, it's likeable, it's got action, it's got adventure, it's got good laughs, it's got good acting, it's got beautiful scenery as well. You're after that big cinematic experience.
Goes other places, doesn't it?
Goes new places. If you're after that big cinematic experience, go see this with your friends in the cinema. It will really work for you.
Do you think this is an IMAX viewing?
I do, actually. I think you've got to take it in. I enjoyed the screen that we all went to watch it on, which was like huge.
We saw IMAX.
Yeah, we did see it.
We saw Little Women in IMAX.
I know, that was weird. But yeah, for me, that is I'd say 1 3/4 thumbs up.
Ooh, 1 3/4.
Yeah,
we were edging. We were edging.
I was edging. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
1.5 thumbs up from me.
Okay, fine.
I will be there for Jumanji 4.
Yeah.
I do find it amusing that Welcome to the Jungle and The Next Level are both UK titles for other movies. Which are The Rundown and XXX State of the Union, respectively.
Nice.
But, okay, interesting coincidence. Bring me Jumanji 4, be there with bells on.
Bring it on.